Onion rings are more than just a snack. They're a fast food symbol, a culinary guilty pleasure, and the perfect sidekick to burgers and dipping sauces. People love them for their crunch, their flavor, and their simplicity. But have you ever wondered how millions of onion rings are made in a single factory? Today, we'll go beyond the packaging and step into the heart of a massive production line, where raw onions are transformed into crispy golden perfection. It all starts on the farm, where specific varieties of onions are grown. Large, dense, with low moisture content and rich aroma. Only these kinds of onions can endure industrial processing, frying, and still retain their flavor. After harvesting, onions are sent for processing within 24 to 48 hours. Freshness is critical. At the factory, the onions are sorted. Small, rotten, or cracked ones are rejected. The selected onions are washed thoroughly. Water jets and brushes remove dirt, skins, and any debris. Next comes calibration. Each onion is scanned and sorted by size. After all, perfect rings begin with perfect shapes. Automated slicers take each onion and cut it into rings of the required thickness, typically 4 to 8 millimeters. High-speed cameras ensure clean, even cuts with no jagged edges. The rings are then sorted. Whole rings move forward, while broken pieces and cores are sent for recycling or used in soup and sauce production. Fun fact, this slicing line can process over 5,000 kilograms of onions per hour. That's roughly 250,000 rings. And each one must be uniform. After slicing, the rings pass through a cooling tunnel kept at around 4 degrees Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. This minimizes juice release and reduces sharp onion odor. Next comes drying. Streams of warm air remove surface moisture. Why? Because in the next step, the batter will stick better to the rings, staying firm and even. Now, the texture magic begins. The rings pass through 3 stages: dry flour dusting, dipping in liquid batter, and a final coat of breadcrumbs or other crunchy ingredients. This creates a strong but delicate layer that will become the crispy shell. The batter is more than just flour and water. It includes spices, starches, sometimes egg powder or flavorings. The breading may feature cornflakes, wheat crumbs, or special crispy granules. Temperature, humidity, and consistency are monitored in real time. Any deviation, and the rings may turn out soggy or lose their coating during frying. The breaded rings move into massive deep fryers filled with refined sunflower or soybean oil. Heated to 180 to 190 degrees Celsius, 356 to 374 degrees Fahrenheit. Frying lasts between 40 to 60 seconds, just enough for the batter to turn golden and crispy, while the onion inside becomes soft and slightly sweet. Importantly, the oil is constantly filtered and refreshed. Samples are taken every 30 minutes to ensure there's no odor or bitterness. This ensures flavor purity and product consistency. Once out of the fryer, the rings enter the air drying zone. Streams of cool air remove excess oil, reducing greasiness and enhancing crunch. Simultaneously, the rings cool to about 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, they are ready for freezing or packaging, depending on the final product line. If the rings are headed to the frozen food aisle, they go into a freezing tunnel set to minus 35 degrees Celsius, minus 31 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 10 minutes. This shock freezing locks in flavor, texture, and color. Thanks to this step, onion rings can be stored for up to 12 months without losing quality. Before any product is packed, each batch goes through thorough inspection. Scanning machines detect misshapen, over-fried, or under-breaded rings. These are removed or recycled. Random samples are also hand-checked and taste-tested. Evaluators assess. batter thickness, crunch level, onion moisture content, color and aroma. The cooled and inspected onion rings are sent to a high-speed packaging line. There's no room for chaos here. Each product is tracked and sorted by weight, size, and shape. The packaging machines operate at speeds of up to 80 bags per minute. Each portion is weighed with gram-level accuracy. If the bag is underfilled, it's sent back to the conveyor start. If it's too full, the excess is automatically removed. This isn't just cost efficiency, it ensures the customer gets exactly what they paid for. The bags are sealed in an oxygen-free atmosphere to prevent oxidation and extend shelf life. Each pack is labeled with the production date, batch number, and a QR code to track the product's journey from factory to shelf. After packaging, the bags of rings enter a flash freezing chamber. Temperature, minus 40 degrees Celsius, minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, duration, up to 15 minutes. This rapid freezing process locks in moisture, preventing large ice crystals from forming. Thanks to this, once reheated, the rings stay crispy and maintain their shape, not soggy or limp. All frozen products are stored in gigantic freezer warehouses, kept at around minus 20 degrees Celsius, minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. These are automated storage units up to 15 meters tall. Thousands of boxes of onion rings are stacked following the FIFO system: first in, first out. Computer systems track everything: when a batch was made, how long it's been stored, and where it's headed. If needed, any pack can be traced, down to the shift and machine operator. Before shipping, each batch of onion rings undergoes a final inspection. This isn't just a formality. Random samples are selected and cooked under standard conditions, in ovens or fryers, just like a regular customer would do. Evaluated criteria include cooking time, batter behavior during frying, crunchiness and flavor, appearance after cooking. If the product doesn't meet standards, the entire batch is blocked and sent back for rechecking or reprocessing. Only the best rings make it to the shelves. The warehouse is just the beginning of a larger journey. Onion rings are loaded into refrigerated trucks and sent across the country to supermarkets, fast food chains, movie theaters, and restaurants. Up to 250 tons of product can be shipped from a single factory per day. Some batches are exported to Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Temperature is closely monitored throughout the trip. Sensors ensure the rings never thaw, not even for a minute. Today's consumers demand variety, and manufacturers deliver. Modern onion ring lines now produce classic rings, spicy versions with cayenne or jalapeno, cheese-stuffed rings, cornmeal breaded styles, vegan versions with no eggs or dairy. Each variety has its own recipe and dedicated production line to prevent cross-contamination. Onion ring production isn't just about flavor, it's about innovation. Factories invest in eco-friendly solutions like reusable frying oil systems, smart energy-saving technologies, recycling scraps into animal feed, switching to biodegradable packaging. Additionally, baked onion rings, made without deep frying, are being developed for health-conscious consumers who still crave that iconic taste. An onion ring might look like a simple snack, but behind that simplicity lies a complex production chain. Dozens of steps, hundreds of workers, and tons of technology. From the farm to your freezer, everything operates in harmony. So next time you hear that signature crunch, remember, you're tasting the result of engineering, flavor science, and precision. Onion rings aren't just a snack. They're modern food magic.